Since our work is not correlated to indicators, if we did bring up an indicator, like if I went into studies and found, let's see if I can find it, like either let's do the fast, I always use the fast and the slow stochastic because it gives us two indications, and I was to put that up here. Let's use the fast first. The fast isn't yet really in what people would consider to be oversold territory. And there is no such condition as overbought or oversold. But just for using ordinary language, it's not quite yet there. And this is the fast stochastic. So this is really not confirming last week's weekly reflected wave bottom. So that's number one. And then if we take the fast off and put the slow on, this is even worse. It's not confirming anything that looks like a bottom. You'd have to be way down here or whatever, to get to the oversold area of the chart with the slow stochastic. And notice that how long the stochastic was up above its overbought line. There's no such thing as overbought, and how much struggling there is going on here. And the market just keeps going higher and higher and higher. This is what happens with indicators because they can't see the whole picture. And as a matter of fact, they can't see 99.9% of the whole picture. They can only see in a really, really small slice of whatever they're programmed to see. Indicators are not smart. There's zero intelligence in indicators, but there's an awful lot of intelligence in your mind. So if you're going to use an indicator, don't subjugate your intelligence to the indicator, because to say that it knows less than you do would be cosmically funny, or that it knows more than you do. Sorry. To say that it knows more than you do, is more intelligent than you, would be, that's a really huge humorous statement. No, it doesn't. It knows nothing. It doesn't know anything. Like computers don't know anything. There are no computers that know anything. Computers are purely mechanical, wheels and gears, but in digital form. They don't even know that they're computers. They don't even know that there's a screen. They don't know that there's a screen and people looking at them. They know nothing. Computers are purely machines. So you and I have something that's vastly superior to any type of machinery or any type of programming. And what is that? That's being aware of yourself. A computer, at least at this point, can't jump out of itself and say, hey, I'm a computer. It can be programmed to say, hey, I'm a computer, but that's just a program, another part of the machine acting as if it's a computer. That's why they call it artificial intelligence, because there's no real intelligence. It's artificial. In order to have real intelligence, there will have to be a center of consciousness, a center of awareness that can pick and choose and make connections in a way that a computer can't. A person can jump out of himself and say, hey, I'm a human being. But a computer can't actually do that. The computer doesn't have that capacity. So while computers can be very powerful and very fast, and they have a big memory box and all these bits and pieces in there, it can be enormously useful to people, no doubt. They don't actually have any real intelligence, nor any real consciousness. And it's going to be a really, really, really long time before there is any consciousness possible, if ever, in a computer, in a machine-made device. Don't let anybody tell you, well, no, the processor speed, if they get it up really, really, really fast, then it'll magically produce consciousness. No, it doesn't work that way. And that won't happen. Doesn't matter how fast it is, and doesn't matter how many processors there are. A whole new element has to be there in order for the computer to be self-aware. You can program a computer to say, hey, I'm a human being, or hey, I'm self-aware. That's just a machine saying something that it doesn't even know it's saying. So don't be too impressed by computers. Be a little more impressed by what you've been given, which is the ability to jump out of the system and recognize yourself from a distance, and something a computer can't do, and therefore have a much, much deeper level of intelligence that indicators and computers and all these things can't really bring. Computers have been amazing additions to society, but they have zero intelligence. And intelligence is the direction that we're going. You were born with this extra piece, which is the awareness, self-awareness, consciousness, and so on. And that was given to you and to me, and it allows for a completely different kind of life than a completely mechanical machine.